Today on Ian vs. Daddybones, we're going on another snake hunt, talking about Boltman, Hypno, and Tung Lasher.
Oh boy, kids, we're gonna have fun today!
Yay! Hey! Alright!
How is everyone doing tonight?
Welcome back! It's another exciting episode of Ian vs. Daddybones. I'm Ian Daddybones. It is episode 26. I want to say what's up to all the YouTube subscribers. Special high five and a knuck dab to all the Patreon subscribers throwing me $1 a month for 30 days of bonus content. Today on the show, we're going to pick up where we left off with the rise of the Snake Men, and we're going to be talking about some Masters of the Universe origins, wrapping up Wave 11, wrapping up Wave 12, almost. And today we're going to be talking about the two newest editions of the Rulers of the Sun sub-brand within Masters of the Universe, Hypno and Boltman. And for the Patreon subscribers, I am going to be adding the final Snake Men to the squad. I'm going to be opening up Tung Lasher exclusively for all of y'all. But before we get started, I hope everybody had a banging ass wonderful week. I had a pretty good week. Mattel Creations had a drop on Tuesday for the He Skeletor figure. And that's going to be another bonus I'm going to be talking about for the Patreon subscribers. Because he was available on Tuesday. We managed to get one. And in what I'm calling the fastest Mattel Creations turnaround ever, he just showed up today. I found out that he came in the mail, and I gotta say, he went live on Tuesday. I got him on Saturday. That's the quickest turnaround ever from me ordering a figure from Mattel Creations. So I'm gonna open up that box for the Patreon subscribers because I need to open them up just to make sure they didn't fuck up on their end and put the wrong figure in the box. So I'm really hoping that there is, in fact, a He Skeletor inside that box. But for the Patreon subscribers, when I open up Tung Lasher, I'm going to be talking all about him. But yeah, like I said, he dropped on Tuesday. And later in the week, the third issue of the Dark Horse Comics, Mastersverse Comics, came out. And I'm a little disappointed. Not really, but kinda, because I'm not really sure what's going on. Because with every issue of Masterverse, like the last page is like a little preview page, basically telling you what to expect in the next issue. So you had issue 1, issue 2, issue 3, and when issue 3 came out, at the end of it, it said that the Sorceress's council with Zodak reaches its conclusion. So, is this Masterverse Dark Horse series only going to be a 4-issue miniseries? Or is Masterverse going to continue and issue 4 is in fact going to conclude this 4-issue story? So, I wonder if issue 5 is going to even exist. If there is an issue 5, is it going to tell more Masterverse stories based on what's been introduced so far? I'm not sure. All I know is I've enjoyed the 3 issues of Masterverse that have came out so far, because a lot of the stories within the issues so far have briefly touched on everything that's been introduced within the new Eternia Masterverse line. Because with Masterverse, you got all the different sub-brands of Masters of the Universe. Like, you got Masterverse Revelations figures, you got Masterverse fucking New Eternia, you got Masterverse Princess of Power. So you got the sub-brands within Masterverse. And with New Eternia, like I said, it's new designs based on classic concepts, and a lot of these modern reinterpretations are a little vague with the backstory, and that's where Masterverse comes into it. For like Battle Armor He-Man and Jitsu, those figures I'm going to be talking about on an upcoming episode. It's actually going to be a Jitsu episode, but it ties in to the Battle Armor He-Man Masterverse figure. because they tie into that I believe the second issue of the comic book. You get the Battle Armor He-Man Jitsu story, and it's actually pretty interesting where they're going with this. But yeah, that third issue came out this week. Really interesting. I highly recommend it if you're a fan of Masters of the Universe. If you read comics and you're looking for something new to add, you should definitely check out Masterverse. And like I said, I don't know if it's going to continue past the 4 issues or if next month's issue is in fact the final issue of what this is going to be. We'll know when we get there. But like I said, today on the show, we're going to be talking about the 2, I don't want to say final characters in Rulers of the Sun, but because there is one more Rulers of the Sun figure that's part of this line, but with Rulers of the Sun starting last year, we got Sunman, we got Pighead, we got Digitino, we got fucking Space Sumo, we got the 3-pack of Pighead, Sunman with his alternate head. It also came with Space Sumo, and you know, you got Digitino. Maybe I believe I said him already, maybe not. But Rulers of the Sun, I already did an episode on Rulers of the Sun where I explained what Rulers of the Sun is when I opened up Pighead and showed off my Sunman figure. I'm gonna do another Sunman episode in the future because I have the Masterverse Sunman, but I also have to get the Masterverse Pighead. So when I get the Masterverse Pighead, I'm gonna talk about those 2 figures together. But it's kind of been a lukewarm reception to Rulers of the Sun being added to Masters of the Universe, and it is what it is. You can't force somebody to buy something if they're not interested in it, and I totally get that. But to a degree, I feel including Rulers of the Sun within Masters of the Universe kind of brought out the worst of the fan base. Especially when you have people that are being so vocal and anti-Rulers of the Sun. Like, I've never seen so many adult men get so bent out of shape over a black He-Man figure. And, you know, it's like, to me it has nothing to do with the race. Because Clam Champ was introduced in 1987. And I thought Clam Champ was dope as hell. A lot of people thought Clam Champ was dope as hell. And, alright, I had a split second edit. Fucking, I'm sitting here, and I'm hearing something in the background, and I heard a fan going, and I'm like, okay, what's going on? What's making noise in the background? And I'm sitting here, like, talking about, like, Sunman and Rulers of the Sun, and I'm just hearing the fan, and for a second, I'm like, is it my camera? Is my camera making fucking noise? Like, is my camera overheating? Like, what is going on right now? Come to find out, it's my daughter Natalia. We're at, like I said, we're at my mother-in-law's house, and I'm doing the show real quick because we're doing a family barbecue thing. So we got Speedies and hot dogs and burgers and whatnot being cooked out on the grill right now, and I'm just using the time to bang out another episode. So my daughter decided to wet her hair down, and it was my daughter Natalia in the bathroom down the hall, and it was Natalia with a hair dryer that was blowing her hair, and I'm just like, okay, I'm doing a show. Can you do this downstairs, please? I don't need the background noise. So I had to send my kid downstairs, and fucking here I am back doing the show. But like I said, like, I don't know, like Rulers of the Sun got announced last year. You know, they're like, oh, hey, we're adding Sunman and Rulers of the Sun to Masters of the Universe. You know, Sunman was available last spring, rolling into summer, basically the end of second quarter, going into third quarter. And I got Sunman right around the time of my birthday last June. Because last year for my birthday, my wife let me jump on some pre-orders that I was looking forward to. Basically the Wave 8 of Origin. So I was looking forward to my Sunman, Anti-Eternia, He-Man, Horde Trooper, Clawful, while at the same time Flying Fist, He-Man, Terror Claw, Skeletor. So it was like last year around my birthday when I got all that shit. And so Sunman and Pighead, you know, with between Wave 8 and Wave 9, that's when they started introducing the Rulers of the Sun figures. And I mean, like I said, I already did an episode of Rulers of the Sun, so please go and check that out. If you're not subscribed, subscribe to the channel. Go check out Rulers of the Sun. And the thing is, a lot of people were very welcoming of it, and a lot of people were very, this doesn't belong in Masters of the Universe. What's with this PC? Why is Mattel being woke with Masters of the Universe? You know, basically it was all the fucking sister fisters and everybody who's crying over Bud Light right now that was throwing a fit last year about Rulers of the Sun being added to the toy line, and I just think it's absolutely ridiculous. I mean, I understand the past 3 years of life have been absolutely ridiculous and shit, but I don't know, man. I'm 43 years old, and with my upbringing, the way I was raised, and the shit I've seen and heard with my ears and eyes over the course of my life, I've seen a lot of shit, but definitely know the difference between right and wrong, good versus evil, and being a good person and just being a straight piece of shit. And I've seen a lot straight pieces of shit just have no problem spewing their venom like Camo Con and just saying the most ruthless shit over a goddamn sub-brand that's being added to a toy line. And you know, I don't see what the issue is. I mean, the more figures, the merrier. You know what I mean? As long as they make sense, I'm all about it. And I could already say, like, even with Rulers of the Sun, you know, for anything I may not like about certain characters, because I'm going to be honest, I bought these two characters. Like, I mean, am I a big fan of Hypno? Like, not really, but I had no problem adding him to my line because he needs to be part of the collection. He exists. He's available. If I don't get him, I'm going to be kicking myself down the line for not getting him. And I rather have him now and have him be a part of the collection than not have him at all. So it really doesn't bother me, even though I think he's a stupid-looking figure. It's okay. But I'm not hating on the figure because of his skin color. I'm not hating on him for whatsoever. I just don't, you know, out of everybody with Rulers of the Sun, I kind of think Hypno's like the worst. But it is what it is. But I'm not going to refuse to support the line or continue to buy the line because I want to act like a toddler when I'm in my 40s over, you know, an articulated piece of plastic. But, you know, there's been just so many people just hating on everything that has to do with Rulers of the Sun. Like even when Space Sumo was a fucking Mattel Creations drop. I mean, I agree. You know, you couldn't have picked somebody better for a Mattel Creations figure, but it didn't stop me from getting Space Sumo, even though he was also available in a 3-pack that's available at Target. I wanted him in the brown box with the art on the back of his card. You know what I mean? And that's why I went out of my way to make sure I got Space Sumo. But I think more people are just making a bigger deal out of it than it needs to be. Because, like I said, like, no one's forcing you to buy it. Like, you don't have to buy Sunman. You don't have to buy Pighead. You don't have to buy anybody with Rulers of the Sun. Like, I think more people should spend time putting that energy into completing their collections and looking for the figures that they actually need and want to add to their collection, instead of raising such a fuss about who they feel should be a part of the collection at all. Because, like I said, I mean, there's a wonderful story behind the entire existence of Rulers of the Sun, and with Masters of the Universe, the reality is, you break it down, it's all faction-based. You got He-Man and the Masters of the Universe, you got the Snake Men, you got Skeletor and his evil warriors, you got the Evil Horde, and now you got Rulers of the Sun. You know what I mean? And it's like, even with like the crossover brands, like Masters of the WWE Universe, or even the WWE Superstars, you know? I mean, now you can add the the NWO. You could have Hulk Hogan, Hall, and Nash be another faction within your collection, like I fucking do. But I have no problem with Rulers of the Sun. It doesn't bother me in the slightest because the world's full of different people. And if there's a kid out there that could look at a Rulers of the Sun figure and identify with that character, relate to that character because that character looks like them, and you know what I mean? Like it's all about the experience and memories that are being made. So I never saw what the big deal was with people making such a big deal, but it's just it's sad and disappointing. Because it's like every time you go on like a message board or somebody makes an announcement, like everybody's shitting on Rulers of the Sun, and you can put everybody in a group because it's all the same. It's all the same type of people that are complaining about Rulers of the Sun, and surprisingly, the only Rulers of the Sun figure that people seem to be interested in at all is the one that seems to be damn near impossible to find. And that is Duplico. And I will put a picture of Duplico up on the screen. So if any of my listeners out there, viewers out there, happen to see a Duplico, especially if you're in the 607 Binghamton area, if you see a Duplico, grab him with the quickness and I will definitely pay you for that Duplico. But basically, Duplico... It's surprisingly the only one that people want is the Cody Rhodes looking token white boy of the group. You got Duplico, he's Caucasian. He's got this blue armor. He's got like this fucking gun on his arm and this like cannon and basically he could create duplicates of himself. So basically, he's like the multiple man. He's basically the Jamie Madrox of Masters of the Universe. That's what fucking Duplico is. He just happens to look like the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes. The difference between Duplico and Cody Rhodes is Duplico doesn't have a fucking tattoo on his goddamn neck. But yeah, everybody's hating on Rulers of the Sun. Oh, we're gonna hate on Pighead. We're gonna hate on the black guy. We're gonna hate on the Native American. We're gonna hate on the Latino living computer. We're gonna hate on the Asian samurai, but the one that everybody wants is the Patriot. So okay, but it is what it is. I mean, I need Duplico to add to my collection, but that's the thing. Like everybody that was shitting on Rulers of the Sun that magically wants Duplico, now they're all fucking trying to fucking sell Duplicos for like $500 and shit. And you know, it's funny how, like, for the sub-brand that nobody was interested in all, the one character you want is the token white boy, and of course, that's the fucking one that's the most valuable, and okay, it is what it is, but again, people will bitch and complain, and I'm sure people will watch this and be like, but all you're doing is sitting there and bitching and complaining. Not really bitching and complaining, basically making an observation that I'm discussing what I'm observing. But as far as retail goes, Boltman, Hypno are the last Rulers of the Sun figures that are part of the consecutive waves. Because like you have Wave 8, Wave 9, Wave 10, Wave 11, Wave 12, and between Space Sumo being a Mattel Creations drop and Duplico being a Walmart exclusive, you know, you got 7 Rulers of the Sun figures, and it's kind of funny because, you know, I've had these two for like about a month now, since they arrived. When I started ordering my shit and knocking out my pre-orders once they arrived. These guys have been chilling in a box, waiting for the right moment for me to open them up on the show. But I realized Hypno and Boltman are the same fucking mold. They are the same fucking character. They have the same headbands, the same faces, everything about them except their armor and accessories is the same. So yeah, they're basically the same fucking character. I mean, not really. Like, they're not the same character. They're not like, it's not like, they're not the same character. They don't have, like, the same powers or anything. But as far as, like, the molds go, they got the same fucking head. Everything about them except their chest armor and their weapons are the same. They got the same boots. They got the same furry crotch area. They got the same wrist bracers, which is basically common with all of the Rulers of the Sun figures. For the most part, they all have the same furry pants, the same boot with the star on it, the same wrist bracers with the colored diamond, if it's colored at all. Yeah, these are colored, but let's go ahead and open up Boltman first. Let's see the back of his card art. Both the healer and the warrior, Boltman controls molecules to protect those in need. It says on the back, push bolts into hand, twist into powerful battle positions. And it says Boltman, molecular regenerator. Which is kind of weird. Like, he's called Boltman. So, I mean, I'm not a rocket scientist, but I would assume that if the character's name is Boltman, he'd have fucking lightning powers. And actually, too, now that I think about it, I know I just said between, like, Rulers of the Sun, there's, like, 7 characters. That's actually incorrect, because, if you're a subscriber of the show, and you watch one of the recent episodes where I talked about Mattel basically did their big catalog announcement for Masters of the Universe, Masterverse, and Origins for 2023. So amongst future releases for the year, there's actually a Rulers of the Sun 3-pack that's going to include the final 3 Rulers of the Sun figure, which was the techno kickboxer, the fucking pizza chest guy, and you had Zapman. So Zapman is the electricity guy, but still, I mean, Zapman, Boltman. I would think that that Boltman would have the electricity powers, but I can say the good thing is, because now I don't have to get out of my chair, and I don't have to go get the set of the nail clippers. It looks like Boltman's not really. He's not tied down in this little plastic prison. So let me pop him out there. There we go. That was pretty easy. He comes with the mini comic Rise of the Snake Men, which looking back through this, I already flipped through this comic when I opened up Ratlore, Cobra Khan. It also came with Snake Armor, He-Man. So Rise of the Snake Man comic comes with Boltman. There he is. Now he's a molecular regenerator, but basically, Boltman is your Native American, your indigenous person in the line. Well, I guess you wouldn't say Native American. It'd basically be like Native Eternian. Right? I mean, it's not America. It's Eternia. Now, let me see here. Let me see his packaging. Because his weapons look a little stale. Alright. His weapons look a little stale. So they basically just hold in his hands like little hook swords. Oh, let me turn his hand so we can hold it correctly. But alright, there he goes. So you got Boltman. He could hold his weapon. He could hold his weapons in his hands like a little hook swords, but they also fit on the back of his armor, which is pretty dope. I mean, he's got his 16 points of articulation. His elbows bend. His wrists rotate. His wrists have little hinges on them, so the wrists rock back. He's got that friggin' swivel on the shoulders, so his arms go up and out, up and down. Fucking love it. But yeah. It looks like a pretty cool figure. I don't know. He kind of looks like a Native American Jackie Chan, in my honest opinion. But it's a dope. It's a pretty dope figure. I like the color. I like the colors on him. He's rocking the blue. He's rocking the orange. Not exactly Miami Dolphin colors, but somewhat close. I guess it depends on how colorblind you are with your blues and your greens. I don't know. I'd have to ask. I'd have to ask my father if I was speaking to my dad. But there we go. We got Boltman in all his fucking glory. Now we can get Hypno opened up. And Hypno is Psychic Hypnotist. Now, it's not really too descriptive. Gifted with a mesmerizing voice, Hypno can both hypnotize people and see into their future. So, he comes with a helmet of hypnosis, and he has a wand of mesmerization, and he comes with a falcon. Now, my honest opinion, I'm just saying, I think it would make more sense to have the falcon come with Boltman instead of Hypno, but it is what it is. But I don't know. It's kind of weird because, like, Sunman's black, Boltman's indigenous, Native American, Space Sumo is Asian, you know what I mean? Digitino is Latino. So, as far as the minorities breakdowns go with the Rulers of the Sun characters, holy shit, they just fell the fuck over. It's kind of hard for me to identify what minority Hypno is supposed to be. My assumption would be, alright, this figure actually does have, let me get my little clips. My assumption, and we all know what happens when you make assumptions, but I'm willing to make that assumption in this case. I think it's safe to speculate that Hypno could be Indian. There he goes. Really, but not really. Alright, this weapon looks so fucking lame. It really does. It really fucking does. I don't like his head either. Jesus Christ. Alright. Hypno. Psychic Hypnotist. Let's see here. There's this falcon. There's this falcon. There's this helmet. Sorry, I think this weapon looks absolutely dumb. It looks like he's holding a giant fucking lollipop. Like, it's... I mean, like, I feel the character's very vital to the line. You know what I mean? Great figure. But... that weapon's fucking horrible. There he is in a Shawn Michaels pose. Michael. Come on, Rattler, fucking stand up. Camo Con, gotta stand him back up. But no, man, they're fucking pretty dope. He's got his stupid little lollipop pinwheel fucking weapon. Not a big fan of it by any means. The falcon on his arm is kind of cool. I don't mind that at all. But yeah, he's got this stupid fucking weapon. It spins. Can hypnotize people. He's got his helmet. I think his helmet's kind of lame. Honestly, it's one of those type of things. Like they're the same fucking character. I kind of feel like the helmet looks like it goes better on Boltman than it does fucking Hypno. With the similar colors, I'm surprised there's not a little blue mixed into him. Like these two could have been like tag partners or some shit. But yeah, man, there you go. We got fucking Hypno, Boltman, added to the Rulers of the Sun line. A new faction for the Snakemen to face off with. But what I'm saying, man, this shit's like super dope. Like all these figures, like everything right here, including like Snake Armor He-Man and Snake Armor Skeletor, like these are all the new figures that got announced in the fall, you know what I mean, end of the summer. So like the countdown began months ago for like the pre-orders to arrive. And you know, I did have these pre-ordered at one point. I had to back out of pre-orders in order to make Eternia happen, which the Patreon subscribers have also contributed to. But like now that I finally got these guys added to the collection and shit, fucking super dope. Really glad that, like, it's weird. Like, at this point, I've been collecting Origins for, like, 2 years. And, 2.5 years. And it's like, it just started with that He-Man and Skeletor, and then it's like, okay, I want to get the rest of the figures in this wave. They have a Man-at-Arms, a Teela, an Evil Lyn, and a Beastman. Okay. I'll get those 4 figures and then I'll be straight. No, when I got like the 6 core Masters of the Universe starter figures. And then they announced a wave 2 and a wave 3, and then here we are 2.5 years later. I'm 12 waves deep with this series, and I'm just having a fucking blast with it. You know what I mean? It's like, enjoy the little things. You don't know what's gonna happen tomorrow. You know what I mean? Like, it's like one of those things where I know I can't afford a Corvette, but I can afford a Hot Wheels Corvette. You know what I mean? So it's like I don't need to worry about spending a shit ton of cash on a car I don't even really need because I just want it. But the fact that I could collect Hot Wheels Corvettes, you know what I mean? And just enjoy the little things. Just have a little collection and shit. And in my case, it's Masters of the Universe, and I'm just like absolutely like I'm still marking out that these things are back, you know. And now it's like it's all full circle, like buying the shit as an adult because now I can introduce it to my kids, and my kids are like, oh, what was it like when you were a little boy? Look at this, all of it, with this and wrestling figures and Ninja Turtles. That's what my childhood was. Throw Nintendo into that bitch and fucking yeah. And then as the consoles upgraded, you know what I mean? Moved on to video games, stopped playing with toys, and just experience life. But now here I am as an adult in my 40s. You know, I got my wife, I got my kids, and now all this shit's back, and it's absolutely fucking sick to be able to jump on this and collect this shit. And I'm absolutely grateful that my wife hasn't, you know, fucking killed me or even hit me with divorce papers because like getting sick of this is shit. So thank you very much, Amber, for not leaving me over Masters of the Universe toys. I really appreciate it. But yeah, in a nutshell, there we go. I finally opened up the last two basic single retail Rulers of the Sun figures. I mean, now that these guys are opened, obtained, and officially added to the collection, now it's going to be whether or not I'm able to get a Duplico. Because it's one of those type of things where he came out early in some markets. Some people were able to snatch up Duplico, and people that were able to see Duplico grabbed all of them. So now you got people out there that are trying to sell Duplico for like $500 a Duplico. But the reality is, once the shipments catch up nationwide and all the Duplicos get released, the value of those $500 Duplicos are going to drop down once everybody's able to get one. So based on my Masters of the Universe social media to physical retail math, you know what I mean? It'll be a couple of months before it'll be like 2 to 3 months before you start seeing Duplicos in stores on the regular. But then again, you may not, because the weirdest thing about Masters of the Universe Origins right now is the brand is selling like fucking crack, but retail's kind of pulling out. Because I've noticed in the past couple of months, while I've been seeing new stuff show up at Target and Walmart, it's been less. Like the retail space that was available for Masters of the Universe is starting to shrink. And a lot of it has to do with like overstock of like wave 7 figures. Like, I don't know who made the decision in Mattel to make all of those Naked Stratos figures, but y'all didn't really need those Naked Stratos figures. You didn't really need that many of them. Because all you see when you go to like Target and Walmart right now is like wave 6, wave 7 figures like Jitsu and the Sorceress, and fucking you might see a Green Goddess, but mostly you're seeing nothing but Naked Stratos. So the online retail market for Masters of the Universe Origins is fucking thriving and blowing the fuck up. Retail, not so much, even though they're trying to get Walmart and Target more involved, because Walmart's going to be having some exclusives this year, like Mossman, Duplico's a Walmart exclusive. So I'm gonna be trying to hit up Walmart's more and see where that goes. But for right now, I'm almost complete with Masters of the Universe Snake Bend Wave 12. I'm gonna get out of here in a moment because I'm gonna open up Tung Lasher for the Patreon subscribers. But next week, I'm opening up Mini Comics Roboto, and I'm going to be talking about Roboto in general, because it's going to be Masterverse Roboto, Origins Roboto from Wave 3, and the Masters of the Universe Snake Men Wave 12 Mini Comics Roboto. I'm going to break down all three of those and talk about Roboto in general, and that's going to be next week on Ian vs. Daddybones. But again, I want to thank everybody, every supporter, whether you subscribe on YouTube for free or you throw me $1 for 30 days of bonus content on the Patreon. I truly appreciate all of you. I'm very thankful to have all of you check this out right now. And at this point, like, we're having a lot of fun with Ian vs. Daddybones. You know, I mean, this is episode 26. We're already 25 episodes into it, and there's plenty of content on the Patreon. So if you could just do me a favor on your end of things, if you could just hit that share button, subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed. We're trying to get at least to 200 subscribers to start to help grow the channel. If I post it on social media, give that a share. If you follow me on Twitter, give that a retweet. If you follow me on TikTok, share that shit as well, because we need all of our supporters of Ian vs. Daddybones to help get the word out, to help us grow, to help us get bigger, because we got so much we got so much planned out for the rest of the year, and like I said, really having a fucking blast with this. And at this point, all we're really trying to do is grow and grow and grow. And like I said, thank you very much to all the YouTube subscribers. Thank you very much from the bottom of my heart to all the Patreon subscribers. And again, if you're not subscribed to the Patreon, throw us $1 for 30 days. Take a chance on me for 1 month. Give me $1 for 1 month, and you see if I'm worth the 30 days for your $1 with all the bonus content we got up there. Because that's the thing. I got the free YouTube show, but I got special bonus episodes exclusively available only to the Patreon subscribers, and you get your name in the credits as a shout out and a thank you from us to you. But with that said, I'm Ian Daddybones. You can follow us on the socials, and until next time, cheers, Pete!